Okay, so now that we have created one custom AI agent into the fourth video, if you did not watch the fourth video, please go and watch it. And now if you have created the custom AI agent, it is the time to deploy that agent to the customer community portal. Let's see how do we do that. So let's suppose this is your customer community portal, and you will have a chat icon over here. So once you click this chat icon, you will see a chat window opening up, and inside that chat window you can chat with the AI agent, right? So it is how it works. So before doing the example, let's understand what are the few steps that we need to follow, right? So there are few service cloud setup or service cloud steps that we need to perform in order to deploy that AI agent to your customer community portal, right? So let's see what are those steps. The first step is, of course, the you have to create one agent and activate it. So we already have done that. Then the second step is enable Omni-Channel. So Omni-Channel is a part of Service Cloud. We will not deep dive into it, but Omni-Channel is used to divide the work to the human agents, right? So here in this case we will just pass the chat or pass the customer query to the AI agent, because we are not having any human agent, right? The third one is to create the routing configuration. Then we'll create a fallback queue. So fallback queue is used to add some users in that queue, so that if Omni-Channel is not able to pass that query or pass that chat to the AI agent, it will just go to the fallback queue. So this is what fallback queue is. Then we'll create a omni-channel flow. Omni-channel flow will create an inbound flow, which will be omni-channel inbound flow, and that is used to pass the chat to the AI agent, right? So what happens whenever you click on the chat icon, one messaging session gets created, right? So that particular messaging session has an ID, record ID. So that record ID will be passed to the omni-channel flow, right? And that flow will pass the customer chat to the AI agent, right? So this is how it works. Then we will enable the digital experience and will create a site. Then we'll create a messaging channel and embedded service channel and add the course URL, right? So let's see how it works. Before explaining this, let me go to the Salesforce org. So first we'll go to the setup. The first step is to create an agent and activate it. So let's see if our agent is activated. Agentforce agents, and this was the agent we have created, crazy cloud agent. Let's open this into the builder. Yes, this is activated, right? First let's test it whether it is working or not. It's working, right? So we have one Agentforce AI agent which is activated. Now the second step is to enable the omni-channel, right? To enable the omni-channel, you just have to go to the setup and just type omni-channel settings. Click on this omni-channel settings, and here you need to enable this. It is already enabled for me. If this is not enabled into your org, just let's click on this, and let me just toggle this on. Enhanced omni-channel routing, and I'll just click on this, automatically log agents into the omni-channel in the new tab or window. Okay, let's save this. Okay, the second step is done. Then we have to create a routing configuration, right? So create the routing configuration. You just need to type routing configuration, or under the omni-channel you will find routing configuration over here, right? So let's click on routing configuration and create one routing configuration. Let's name it as test routing configuration only. User is nothing. Routing priority would be 1. Routing model is most available. So these are some service cloud setup. So we'll not deep dive into this, but you can just go through the omnichannel videos or some blogs, you can find all there, right? So let's click on save. Okay, units of capacity, let's say 2, and no percentage capacity. It got saved. Now the fourth step is to create a fallback queue. So to create a fallback queue, you just need to type queue in the setup and create one queue. Fallback queue is not some specific queue, right? It is just a normal queue. So you just need to create a queue. Label would be my batch query queue. Okay. Routing configuration. Which routing configuration do you need to add into this fallback queue? So the routing configuration which we have created, I'll select it over here. Into the available objects, I'll just select messaging session. Messaging session. Why? Because we discussed that whenever you click on the chat icon and starts a chat, one messaging session gets created, and that messaging session will be passed to the AI agent. If AI agent is not available, or somehow the AI agent got failed, or any error occurs, that particular chat will be redirected to the fallback queue, right? So fallback queue should have the access of messaging channel as object, right? And then in the queue, let's add one user. I'm just adding myself. Okay, so here we have performed 4 steps. Now let's create the omni-channel flow, right? So how to create that omni-channel flow? So let me just go to the agent, or let's say from here, Agentforce agents. Let me open this crazy cloud agent, and here in the connections tab, you'll see you'll have 2 options. One is the inbound channel flows, one is the connections, right? So inbound omni-channel flow is nothing but one omni-channel flow which is used to accept, or which is used to pass the chat to the AI agent or any agent, right? So for now, this is what inbound channel is. So here is your AI agent. If you are passing any chat into this AI agent, you will use the inbound omnichannel. If you are passing the chat from this AI agent to external user, it will use outbound omnichannel flow, right? So here we do not have any omnichannel flow right now in this org. So let's go to the flow builder and create one. So to create the omnichannel flow, we'll just go to the flows and click on new flow. And once you click on the new flow, let's click on the start from scratch only, and you have to scroll down and you'll find omni-channel flow, right? So there is no specific inbound or outbound omni-channel flow. There's only one omni-channel flow. Inbound and outbound is the meaning, right? So if you are using a flow to pass the chat to the into the AI agent, it will call as inbound channel flow. If the chat is getting out from the AI agent, it will call as outbound and omni-channel flow, right? So we'll just select one omni-channel flow and click on create. So once you create the omni-channel flow, what you need to do is, we know that the omni-channel flow is used to pass the record ID of the messaging session, right? So first we'll create one record ID variable over here, variable, and make sure that you are using this name only, where R is small and I is capital. Record ID. The data type would be record. Which object? The messaging session object, right? Let me just select messaging session over here, and make sure that you are enabling this available for input. Why? Because that chat transcript, once you create the chat transcript or click on the chat icon and start the chat, that messaging session ID, record ID, will pass to the omni-channel flow. So omni-channel flow must have one record ID variable which is available for input, so that this record ID can be passed over here, right? Click on done. So now if you have created the record ID, you just need to click on this plus icon and add one action as route work. So once you click on route work, you have to label, give it a label. Let's say pass the chat to AI agent, right? So how many records do you want to route, or just a single record? What will be the record ID variable? It is this record ID is not compatible. Why? Oh, sorry, we have done one mistake. We have created the record type of variable. Let me just remove it from here and then delete it. So record ID should be an input text because we are passing the record ID into that, right? Record ID. Earlier we selected the data type as record. We are not taking the complete record into the record ID variable, but we are only taking the record ID into the record ID variable. So it should be just a text and available for input. Now into this route work element, you just need to select your record ID, text record ID from here, and the service channel. So service channel should be messaging. Why? Because the chat which you will start, it is a message channel, right? You are not calling to the AI agent. You are just typing, or you are just having a chat with the with that AI agent. That's why we have service channel as messaging. Route to which so in the route to quick list, we have queue, agent, skills, enhanced bot, and agent for service agent. So whenever this flow gets called, we want to route this particular messaging session or the chat to the AI agent, right? So we'll just click on agent for service agent, and into this agent for service agent lookup, you have to select one service agent. So you will only get those service agent here which are active, right? So let's click on this fallback queue. So I already told you that fallback queue is used whenever the chat cannot be transferred to the AI agent due to some technical errors or any errors. So that particular chat will be transferred to the fallback queue. So let's use that fallback queue, my batch query queue, and click on save. Route to Agentforce AI agent, right? Let's save this and activate this. So here we have created one inbound omni-channel flow. So let's go to your agent, or let's say here. Now let's refresh this page once. So once you open the agent detail page, here into the connection tab, you just need to select one omni-channel flow, right? So here this is already got selected. Why? Because inside this flow we have selected this particular crazy cloud agent as Agentforce AI agent. So if you click on this, so here we have selected this service agent, right? So that's why it is already showing up over here, right? So now once you have done that, you need to enable the digital experience and create one site. To deploy this AI agent to a customer community site, first you should have a customer community site, right? So let's go to the setup and type digital experiences and enable digital experience. You just need to click on enable digital experiences and save it. So once you have enabled the digital experiences, it says that no sites, this org do not have any active site or any inactive site, right? So we'll just create one site, click on new. Okay, so here are some templates which you can select to create a site. I'll just select this customer service template and get started. So you can name anything, whatever you want to this site. Let's say crazy cloud site, crazy cloud site, right? So let's create it. Mhm. It will take a few minutes, so let's wait for that. Okay, so before doing this step, make sure that you are creating a messaging channel and the embedded service channel as well, right? So meanwhile it gets created, we'll just create one messaging channel and embedded service channel. So let's go to the setup again, click on setup, and let's type messaging settings. Go to the messaging settings. To create one messaging channel, you just need to go to the messaging settings, and make sure you are turning on this messaging toggle. So once you create a messaging toggle, you just need to click on this new channel, and let's create one messaging channel. So it would be a website messaging channel. So basically we are deploying the A agent to the website, right? So I'll just click on this messaging for in-app or web. Let's say my web messaging channel. Let's click on save. So messaging channel got created, right? And once you scroll down into this detail page, there's nothing to save. Okay, now again let's go to this messaging channel. Okay, so here we have some omni-channel routing. So once you click on this messaging settings, you have to click on your messaging channel which you have created, and see this is inactive for now. You also have to activate this and add the omni-channel flow over here. So my web messaging channel, and scroll down to the omni-channel routing part, and here you need to click on this edit button. Routing type should be omni flow, right? And which flow? The flow name was route to Agentforce AI agent, and the fallback queue was let's type queue, my batch query queue. So let's click on save. So I'll definitely tell you what is the flow of the chat. Do not worry about this, but make sure you are following these steps, right? And once you have created this web messaging channel, make sure you are activating this. Okay, so the messaging channel got created and activated. Now it's time to create one embedded service channel, right? So to create one embedded service channel, you just need to come to setup and type embedded service deployments. Sorry, it's not channel, embedded service deployment, right? So once you click on this embedded service deployments, click on new deployment, and messaging for in-app or web. For web, next embedded service deployment name, let's say my first embedded service deployment, right? And the domain should be your so onto which website or onto which domain you will be deploying this embedded service deployment, right? So these are some service cloud setup. If you don't know how to do that, and what are these embedded service deployment and messaging channel, make sure you learn it. So the domain should be, so when you create this embedded service deployment, it asks for a domain, that onto which domain you will be deploying this embedded service deployment to, right? So I'll be deploying it to our customer community portal, and we know that customer community portal always ends with my.site.com, right? So I'll just type my.site.com. So all the websites who has this my.site.com as domain, it will, this embedded service deployment can be deployed over there, right? The messaging channel would be the messaging channel which we just have created, right? My web messaging channel. We'll click on save. It's getting loaded. Okay, so it got created. So once it is available, you will see this test messaging will open up, right? So it's already activated. We will just publish it after few minutes. Let's refresh this and see if the test channel is available. No, this is not yet available. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Okay, so it says that after you activate and publish your deployment, let's do that. It is already activated, and let me just publish this. So the time is 11:37 right now. Let me just publish it. We are processing our update. Okay, let me again refresh this page. It will take some time. Okay, so the test messaging is available now, and this is also active, and you see the messaging channel is appearing over here. Let me just publish it again. Okay, so now that we have created all the things that is mentioned into this deck, the final step is to add the course URL, right? So the course URL is nothing. Let me just show you. You just need to go to the setup again and type course. So course is nothing but cross origin resource sharing. So it whenever you add one domain, or whenever you add one website over here, it get applicable to run that those embedded service deployments and everything, right? So what is the allowed origin list, right? So I'll just click on new. That one was by default over there, so I'll just create one more new. So that would be http //star.mysite.com. Why? Because we are trying to deploy that embedded service channel to the embedded service deployment to the customer community portal, and customer community portal always starts with always ends with my.site.com. So star means that here there can be anything, right? So for all the customer community site, it can be used. Let's click on save. Okay, so now that everything is created and enabled, let's go to the sites again and see whether it got created or not. The site got created, right? So let's go to the builder. Okay, let me just show you from here. Let's not get confused. So to create one site, you just need to go to the setup and click on sites, click on all sites. Here, this is the site that we have created, and just click on this builder. These are the part of Experience Cloud and Service Cloud, so that's why I'm not explaining you in depth. Okay, so now that we have this site ready, so we just need to add that service embedded service deployment which we have created into this site, so that we can have the chat icon, right? So you just need to click on this component and click on type embedded, right? So here we have embedded messaging, right? So when you drag and drop it over here, you'll see a chat icon appearing, right? So here are some configuration which we need to do. So first it will ask you for the embedded web deployment. For now we only have one, that's why it got auto selected. Then the enhanced service URL, site endpoint. Let's keep this configuration as it is and publish this site. Okay, once you publish this, okay, so it got published. Maybe let's click on view place it outside and let's see if that is working or not. Okay, so our website is here, and yes, we are getting this chat icon, right? Let's click on this chat icon and see if our service agent is appearing or not. So yes, see, so once you click on this chat icon, you see one crazy cloud agent is appearing over here, and this is our Agentforce AA agent which we have created, right? And it says that, hi, I am a service agent, how can I help you, right? So let's ask few questions from him, from this agent, and see if it is working. Let's go to this. What is the mode of this batch? The mode of the Agentforce to 2025 batches online, right? So you see, this is how it works. So you can create as many as service agents you want and deploy it to other different service channels, right? So if you got confused what were those steps and how it worked, so let's see one more slide. So this is the flow of the chat, right? So once you click on this chat icon, let me just refresh this and explain you again. Okay, so once you click on let me just end this chat got ended, refresh this. Now once you click on this chat icon, you'll see one messaging window gets open, and here is that Agentforce A agent which you have deployed, right? So as soon as you click on the chat icon, the one messaging session record will get created, right? Now that messaging session record or messaging session record ID will pass to the uh, inbound omni-channel flow that we have created, and that omni-channel flow will call your agent for service agent, right? And that's why this service agent is here, right? So once the user clicks the chat icon and starts the chat, embedded service deploy. This line is not completed. So once the user clicks the chat icon and starts the chat, one messaging session gets created, right? So this bracket should be here, right? And embedded service deployment. Okay, so this chat icon is appearing over here. Why? Because we have created one embedded service deployment, and into the embedded service deployment we have mentioned what is our messaging channel, right? So if I go to the embedded service deployment, it has our messaging channel, right? So once you click that particular chat icon is appearing. Why? Because we have created the embedded service deployment, right? And that embedded service deployment will call the messaging channel, and then messaging channel will call your inbound flow, right? So this embedded service deployment is calling your messaging channel, and your messaging this messaging channel, and this messaging channel is now calling your inbound flow, right? And once your inbound flow gets called, it will pass like the messaging channel will pass the record ID, or that let's say the messaging session record ID to the omni-channel flow, and then omni-channel flow will call your agent for service agent, right? So this is how it works. And then you see we have just a minute, we have the crazy cloud service agent available over here, and now you can ask him any question that it is allowed to answer, right? So let me ask, how many account records are there in this all? So I don't think it will answer this question. See, sorry, I can't assist with that. Why? Because This agent do not have any capabilities to answer account related queries. It is only allowed to answer the batch delivery mode, correct? So this is how you create one agent and deploy it to your customer community site. I hope that was clear.